Anyway, we are now moving on to the second shitty Turk, Dr. Oz. Okay. I think Dr. Oz, Mehmet Öz, was actually he was actually like a real doctor at some point. I know my grandfather knows his dad. Pretty sure. And of course, I am openly Isn't John Fetterman running for Senate? Wait. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, what I was going to say is, if you want to know who I'm in support for a fucking Senate seat in Pennsylvania, this is the man.
16. Clinking beer mugs.
Okay? This is the legend. This is the man. He's a neurosurgeon. Dude, why are there so many fucking weirdo neurosurgeons? I should have him on to fucking shit on Dr. Oz as a Turk. Hold on, let me...
Bitey delete immediately.
Anyway, this guy's a neurosurgeon and Dr. Oz neurodivergent. No, John Fetterman is not a neurosurgeon. He used to be a heart surgeon and truly incredible one too. Okay. Okay. John Fetterman, honorary Turk. Okay. Honorary Turk, John Fetterman. He's not a hot chick. Why would you have him on? Because I like him. Okay, let's just fucking get back to Dr. Oz. So, Dr. Oz is a real doctor, or was a real doctor. His dad was a prominent doctor as well. And then he decided, you know, fuck this doctor shit. I'm just going to peddle fake cures on television and make a lot of money, which he did. And his fake cures were so fucking gnarly that it got the Senate to investigate him. It got Congress to investigate him. Okay? So that's the guy that we're talking about.
My parents came to America to find a better life, and they did. I attended great universities, raised a family, and became a successful surgeon. I invented a heart valve that saves thousands of lives. Then I started a TV show to advocate for you taking control of your health, and took on the medical establishment to argue against costly drugs and skyrocketing medical bills. But COVID has shown us that our system is broken. We lost too many lives, too many jobs, and too many opportunities because Washington got it wrong. They took away our freedom without making us safer and tried to kill our spirit and our dignity. As a heart surgeon, I know how precious life is. Pennsylvania needs a conservative who will put America first. One who can...
Dude, that's so funny, Dad! Shut the fuck up, bitch! Oh! He's such a fucking clown, dude. He's not gonna win, dude. Are you kidding me? He's gonna win? Get the fuck out of here. He's gonna win. No shot.
Can reignite our divine spark, bravely fight for freedom, and tell it like it is. That's why I'm running for Senate. I'm Dr. Oz.
Hello, everybody.
This message.
What the fuck is this? I mean, here, we'll just do the John Oliver video on it, okay? As a Pennsylvanian, I know these fucking nut jobs out here will vote for him. Hristiyan mı olmuş abi? Bilmiyorum herhalde. Bro, he sucks. If he no shot, dude. No shot. No fucking shot. That would be, actually, what am I saying? We live in the worst timeline. Of course he's gonna win. What the fuck am I saying? Okay, now you want to know what a fucking real man looks like, okay? real manly man, okay, running for Pennsylvania Senate. That man's name is John Fetterman. Hold on one second. Let me see. Does he have a Senate campaign ad or something? Maybe he's got to have something. Oh, here it is.
There's a lot of great towns in Pennsylvania that
I love this ad, dude. I fucking love this ad. Okay, watch.
living there feel like their best days were a generation ago or more. No one deserves to be abandoned. These communities deserve to be helped.
You are the mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Real estate prices have dropped 50%.
Correct.
The population has fallen from 20,000 to 3,000. You're encouraging people to move there, okay? All right, so I'm sold. But for people who don't get it, sell us on Braddock.
I came to Braddock, 20 years ago because I wanted to work and fight against the inequality that I saw raging in this country. Braddock was a marginalized, wholly abandoned community. But that's exactly where I wanted to spend my career.
Fetterman wears Braddock on his sleeves, the zip code tattooed on one arm, the dates of murders on the other.
The things that I learned, in Braddock is that every place matters. No place deserves to be written off. These places across Pennsylvania feel left behind. They don't feel part of the conversation. That's why Donald Trump went to these small counties and held these big rallies.
King.
We cannot afford to take any vote for granted. We cannot afford to take any place for granted. Whether we're in a place like Braddock or a place like Emporium in Cameron County, the smallest county in Pennsylvania. Talk is cheap, but for the last 20 years, I've been working to represent, rebuild, and to advance these places.
As the community marks an important 5-year milestone, people are really starting to have hope.
Tomorrow will represent the 5th anniversary without a homicide in town.
U.S. Steel plans to invest $1 billion in its Mon Valley works and make them the most environmentally friendly in America.
History was made in the Democratic primary for lieutenant governor.
John Fetterman won the 5-way race among Democrats.
He's a different kind of character, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, that Western Pennsylvania registered Democrat, but voted for Trump. Fetterman can get a lot of those votes.
We don't have to agree on everything, but I will always tell you what I believe is the truth. I'm going to fight not for one part of Pennsylvania, not for one party of Pennsylvania, but for one Pennsylvania, just the way I did as mayor, just the way I'm doing as lieutenant governor, and just the way I would as your next U.S. senator.
I love him so much. Okay, he is literally, what is this? Pennsylvania's dapper lieutenant governor in his gay flag battle. So, my man he's pro legalization of marijuana, LGBTQ rights ally. He is literally the perfect, like, this man right here is what you build in a fucking lab, okay? Pretty much build in a goddamn lab to create a person that's going to be someone who can unite the white working class, which is because of reactionary politics and because of red herring, racial agitprop that the Republican Party has used for a very long time. This is a person who can unite the working class 100%. He's awesome. I love him. He's also a big boy, as Chatter pointed out, and Americans love big boys. 6'8". Just be aware of the reactionary left arguments against Fetterman regarding a shotgun incident that conveniently forgets to happen next to an elementary school a month after Sandy Hook. National Conservative Watchdog Group has filed a complaint with the state inspector general over Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman's flags. Just on size alone, he would walk to the presidency. He's 6'8".
Eight months. Let's go. Love you, Hassan and chat. This community is golden. Hassan,
John Fetterman addresses a 2013 incident when she pulled a gun on a man who turned out to be an unarmed black jogger. Fetterman has long said he didn't know the man was black. The incident was thrust back into the spotlight by his announcement that he's running for the U.S. Senate. Defended his actions in pursuing a man in 2013 and pulling a shotgun on him because he believed the man turned out to be an unarmed black jogger who had been involved in a shooting. Had been involved in a shooting. While Fetterman has long said he didn't know the man's race, the incident thrust back in the spotlight. Fetterman was the mayor of Braddock when he said he heard gunshots not far from his home, then saw someone running from the area. He said he called the police, pursued the man, and said in a TV interview at the time that he confronted him with a gun to stop him from fleeing before the police arrived. An officer who responded to the reports of gunfire searched the man, found he was unarmed. The incident drew relatively little attention in 2016, and Fetterman lost his first Senate run in the Democratic primary, but it has lingered in the years since, with a news report about it by Pittsburgh's ABC affiliate circulating social media and in political circles among Fetterman's critics.
Love to see it.
Now, in the wake of the announcement and amid a reckoning over systemic racism, his critics are pushing the incident into the spotlight. Retiring Republican Senator Pat Toomey's campaign released a statement Monday noting it, while on the left, some progressives have whispered about the potential political liability for Fetterman. Everyone can suck my cock, okay? Every single person that is going to use this against them can suck my fucking cock. He's not a racist person at all, okay? Not. The man also said he supports Fetterman running for Senate and he was going to vote for him. Okay? Anytime the black dude who he pulled a gun on literally fucking endorsed them. Anytime there is a progressive threat to establishment Democrats, they will find anything and everything to fucking rip them apart, okay? Anytime and every fucking time, dude.
Over the coming weeks, we'll be talking with some political figures who, by any measure, stand out in the crowd. To begin, Sunday morning contributor Mark Whitaker catches up with Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman.
You've described yourself as Governor Wolf's anger translator.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, just look at me. the contrast between myself and the governor is almost comical, when we're standing next to each other.
At 6'8", John Fetterman, the Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania, looms tall, both in person and in politics.
The Senate will now come to order.
Dude, look at that.
President
oh my God, with the gator, he just looks straight villainous, dude. What the fuck? I'm dying. The liberals in K-Hop want a young black progressive Malcolm Kenyatta who worked in the Chamber of Commerce of the state, plus Fetterman and Poles have him literally shitting on all of them. Yes. So John Fetterman is like Pennsylvania fucking through and through, okay? This dude literally fights for his people. Like he will, and physically too, okay? He is incredible. I love him. I think he's awesome. I think his heart is in the right place. People will say like, oh, well, he has like, Trump leanings or whatever, or he's bad on fracking or whatever the fuck. Okay. Look, Western Pennsylvania is frack country. Okay. That's just what it is. Doesn't matter. Ultimately, that is a policy issue that you have to solve with better advocacy for the Green New Deal and a better way to describe it. Okay. He can also, most importantly, exactly, fulfill my gauntlet fantasy. Okay. He could beat the fuck out of every other congressperson. He could literally fucking eat them, dude. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Think about it. Joe Manchin. He and his wife are also very active in community organizing and events. He's well loved and respected by his constituents in PA. He also polls well with blue-collar Central PA voters, many who went Trump with his no BS attitude. Yup. Yeah. The main points against him that liberals will probably use are the shotgun incident and also that he's like pro-fracking. This man could use Josh Hawley like a dildo, okay? He could take Josh Hawley and shove Josh Hawley's entire body into Joe Manchin. Just imagine that. You could just like walk over as a brooding presence on top of Tom Cotton and just be like, "What's up? Hey." I'm just saying, he's fucking dope in every way. Okay. Pro fracking is absolute cringe though. Pro fracking is cringe, but he's also in fucking Western PA.
Ajan 15 months. Yes, father. Speak the truth.
I mean, not just Western PA, except for Philadelphia, everyone loves fracking in Pennsylvania. Yes, it is it's the industry. If your entire manufacturing moved overseas, all of your fucking factories closed down, your unions were fucking gutted, okay? And then you had nothing for decades. And then all of a sudden, you had something. You had an opportunity to make fucking 90 grand a year as a starting salary. You're gonna fucking fight for that. I've said this a million times, okay? The only thing there is that, like, because people always talk about, like, retraining doesn't work. It's like, motherfucker, retraining does work. It's just money, okay? Money. If there's money behind it, people will fucking train themselves to make that money. Also, he's an advocate for the Green New Deal, so everybody shut the fuck up. Brown fracking. Doesn't matter.
John Fetterman is a mutual of mine.
Here's an
He is a
attack ad
great
on him
dude.
from 2018. Back in 2018, Scott Wagner put these exact billboards all over PA. People just pointed out they're back. I put it up on my Twitter briefly to troll Memoriam anniversary to the Wagner campaign and all of its other unfiltered absurdity. Tom Wolfe, John Fetterman, a more socialist PA. Yes, retraining, empirical evidence suggests that retraining programs don't actually work. However, that completely fucking avoids the reality of the forgotten people that literally fucking don't have a job and then actually train themselves for the first time to be able to get a fucking well-paid job. It's not like people have a bone in their fucking brains that makes it so that they genetically have to frack. No, it's just that that is how they make their money. Just like people see honor in coal mining because that's just what their families have done for many fucking generations. Okay, it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it. We're the ones who are going to do it. And that's all we fucking know. And that's precisely why they're coal people. But if you go to the Appalachians, okay, the Appalachian mountainside, and you fucking say, hey, guess what? We actually built a factory down the fucking road. You're going to make $100,000 because the government is now subsidizing, the government is now subsidizing solar panel production, or the government is now subsidizing fucking wind turbine production. All those fucking Appalachian dudes are literally going to be like, that's right, baby. I'm solar all the way. That's it. And the only reason why they would fucking say that is because now that's how they make their money off of. That's their job. A man's job is one of his most important fucking ways to survive. It's literally their entire life. It's how they put food on the fucking table. It's how they put a roof over their heads. Okay? That's why these people fucking defend fracking, not because they love sucking the juice out of the fucking earth, or because they personally love fracking because they just want to destroy the planet or destroy their own water supply. They love it because they make $100,000 a year in like 2 years. Okay, it's good income for an area where they have not made any money for fucking 10, 20 years as a consequence of manufacturing jobs shipping overseas. Mark's never considered a 6'8", 400-pound giant from Western PA. That's not even true. Mark's literally fucking loved Abraham Lincoln, who was also tall, wasn't he? $100K, so they will not make enough to last for generations. No, but it's a good fucking income is the point. This guy's just Randy Bryce 2.0. No Trumper's gonna flock to him because he tells it like it is, lol. Nice. Dude, you're a fucking dumbass. This man has had significantly better polling than Randy Bryce. What the fuck are you Randy Bryce? What are you talking about? Comparing him to Randy Bryce is so stupid. He is demonstrably successful in Pennsylvania politics. God damn, liberals are so fucking cancerous, dude. I hate the brain disease you have as a neoliberal. The one guy, liberals love talking about how are we going to appeal to fucking Republicans? How are we going to appeal to Republicans? You have a guy who's literally, who looks, sounds, and appeals to fucking blue collar Republican voters that turned over to Trump. And you're literally like, no one is going to vote for this man. He's not going to appeal to it. Why can't you just like be open-minded for once, dude? He's one of the most progressive fucking senators if he wins. Straight up. Like, I want to fucking clone him and put him in every goddamn state. I want to put like 3 of him in West Virginia. Are you a lib? Fuck no. You shipped your jobs overseas because your stupid ass unions from the 1970s fucked it all up, loser. Learn about your history. Yeah, unions famously pushed for manufacturing jobs to be shipped overseas. And it certainly wasn't the bosses that made that decision. That's a really good take, man. Actually, incredible take, Roblox 4525. And then he said, learn about your history. If you keep increasing wages, eventually wages become unaffordable. Shocking fucking concept. Yeah, fun fact, actually. None of the social democracies in the Western world, actually have any jobs. Norway, joblessness. Everyone. Her name is Roblox, bro. Why are there so many chuds in here? Is right-wing streams that bad? Yes, of course, dude. That's why I always say, bro, that's why I always fucking say I would kill it as a Republican, okay? If I can make the most woke, scoldy, most joy-killing fucking brand of politics into an enjoyable experience, do you really think I couldn't fucking hog it up and just be the most entertaining fucking Republican broadcaster if I was truly a grifter? Instead of fucking busting my ass with like literally just straight up the worst audience, okay? The worst. Leftist audiences, unfortunately, are the worst. We hate each other in the chat. Non-fucking stop. We're like constantly bickering. Because like my seasoning of progress is actually better than your seasoning of progress. If I can make that shit work, dude, I can make fucking, oh my God. I'd be literally the greatest Republican commentator America's ever seen. People would be fucking putting statues of me like fucking William Buckley who. Why do you shit on anarchists daily then? I literally just explained why. Anyway,
to argue with others who I largely agree with.
That's what being a fucking leftist is about. If anarchists don't want to be shit on, they should consider not being cringe. Yeah, exactly. See, Weeby's a Marxist Leninist. I rarely ever shit on him. Why? Because he's a good chatter. Okay.
Gitty are done.
African Panda, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Being a leftist is all about fucking yelling at other leftists who are like a little bit marginally less left or more left than you, while constantly fucking claiming that your own version of politics is the best possible and most moral system that has ever existed. And also seeing the ads at the top of the hour, because at the top of the hour there's a 60-second ad break. Now, being a leftist is also about avoiding those ads, because African Panda gifted 5 subs, so 5 people will no longer see the ads. That's one way to avoid them. Another way to avoid those ads is by subscribing yourself personally for $5, or subscribing for free with a Twitch Prime if you have one. You know, And this way, you will no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. You know, have an ad-free broadcasting experience. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. Let's keep going with John Fetterman.
Thanks
Now
for the
come to order.
radicalization.
You know, the president can sue a ham sandwich. He can send 1,000 lawyers to Pennsylvania.
The 51-year-old Democrat gained national attention
Lieutenant Governor Stone Cold is absolutely right.
for his brash and cutting defense of Pennsylvania's vote against false claims of fraud.
All they have is lies.
Thank you, Cult of Pizza, for the 5 years of subs. I just hope he doesn't become like a fucking cringe lib. That's my only fear. My only fear is that like when these guys get a little bit of fucking mainstream success, they kind of like become way less radical, okay? And I just don't. I'm so scared. Like, I just don't want him to be like fucking Rokana, okay? That's what I'm afraid of.
They've had over 3 weeks now to come up with anything concrete.
Especially on Twitter, where he's even more outspoken.
You know, getting on Twitter every morning is like starting the day with a dog turd and motor oil smoothie. It's
No, he would never be like Kristen Cinema. That's bullshit. People saying he'll be like KS is fucking insane. No, Kirsten Cinema is like Kirsten Cinema is literally just like I was more worried that like he would be an even more liberal or like right up there with like AOC and less radical, because right now he definitely is I would say fairly radical with his politics and with what he has done.
It's horrible. You gotta form that phalanx and push back against that. And I do that in a way that mixes kind of humor and mockery with cold hard facts.
One cold hard fact is that John Fetterman is a blunt-talking, self-described progressive intent on also breaking through with swing voters in the Rust Belt. His pet issues include a higher minimum wage.
If you believe that a human being should toil for $7.25 an hour, vote for the other person.
And legal marijuana, which he says is a winner for either party.
You called it a political bazooka.
Yeah, they're arguing over these small wedge issues when they're leaving the bazooka of legal weed, you know, they're on the table for the other side to grab. Like South Dakota, arguably the most conservative state in our country, voted for legal weed straight up and down on the ballot.
In a state that has, you know.
Look at this fit, bro. How do you not love this man, dude? Didn't he also like this is his like factory that he lives in, right? Doesn't he live in like literally straight up a fucking factory or some shit? I love him so much, dude. Small calves, I don't know. Bitch, he's 6'8". Shut the fuck up. It's hard for us big boys to have like fucking giant legs.
A severe opioid problem. Why you're talking about legalizing another drug?
Because it's not a drug, it's a plant. It's a gateway to finding a completely natural alternative to the kind of relief that had brought so many people into this toxic spiral with opioids in the first place.
Fetterman was previously the 13-year mayor of
This is a former used car lot. SmileX1, thank you for the 5 years to sub.
Pennsylvania, a once thriving steel industry town devastated by decades of poverty, blight, and crime.
Stained glass was placed into a church and window here in Braddock as opposed to taken out. A street.
10 years ago, Jeff Glor reported for Sunday Morning on the efforts of this Harvard grad and former AmeriCorps volunteer to revitalize this largely African-American community.
The 40-year-old Fetterman wears Braddock's past literally on his sleeves. The zip code tattooed on one arm, the dates of murders on the other.
The worst days of my life, because these are days that we lost people through senseless violence.
Today, Braddock isn't perfect, but there are real signs of progress and hope. But as Fetterman showed us on a drive,
bro, he drives the Jeep with the doors off, dude.
Over there to the right, that's the Cary Furnace site. It has been fallow since 1986.
Other parts of Pennsylvania's Rust Belt remain decimated.
It literally looks like an extinct mechanical dinosaur.
It is, but it's really...
The white working class...
Look at this, look at this. Didn't he chase down some black people just walking around back in the day in PA? Yeah, dude, that's what happened. We just addressed this, dude. Look at this guy. Look at this. Oh my God, fucking libtards. Stop being brain diseased for like a singular moment. Most of the chat is pretty good, man. You're just sniping the fuckheads? Yeah, I am. I literally am sniping the fuckheads. The guy who he fucking chased because there was a shooting that happened. The guy who he chased and did not like shoot or anything, but stopped, which apparently is something you can do. But the guy who he chased is literally endorsing him. So what do you want?
13 months in and still no communism.
The guy who he chased is endorsing him. Do you have a problem?
Class voters still here are no longer reliable Democrats.
A majority of voters in the Mon Valley, in this region, are still Democratic, and yet they've been voting Republican and heavily pro-Trump. So why?
We need someone that's going to be doing that talking, that's going to understand that, you know, we all can't work for Google. We all can't, you know, learn how to code when, you know, we're 50 years old.
Right.
Nationally, the Democratic Party base has become more racially diverse, educated, wealthy, and urban.
Do you think Democrats in the last couple of generations have forgotten about working people?
I don't think we've forgotten about them, but I don't think they're the center, you know, the way they should be.
Speaking in the shadow of a U.S. steel plant, Fetterman describes the cost of not putting working people first.
And if we turn our backs on the remaining industries and not reinvest in these places and just say you're on your own, we will lose an entire generation of people that have no other options other than to turn to somebody like Donald Trump and say, you know, wow, well, he at least gets me, he at least cares, he at least pays lip service.
Which is one reason why Fetterman and his family still live in Braddock, in this renovated 1920s Chevy dealership.
Love you, cutie.
Clothes, shoes, books.
Right, always formula and diapers. That's a big item for our family.
His wife Giselle runs a charity known simply as the Free Store.
We can look for some books together. What kind of books do you like to read?
The Second Lady of Pennsylvania was born in Brazil and came to the United States poor and undocumented.
And he has a hot wife that does mutual aid. He's the perfect person. I'm just saying, okay? He's perfect.
Documented.
What?
Scared of every knock at my door that I wasn't expecting someone because I was worried about being deported. Yeah, you know, when I would leave for school in the morning, my mom would say, "I love you, have a great day, be invisible."
This motherfucker is a winner, bro, in every way, okay?
Invisible no longer. Last October, she captured this verbal assault while out shopping. Her struggles, and those of other immigrants, can nearly bring the imposing John Fetterman to tears.
We as a country have to be better than this kind of anti-immigration rhetoric.
I slept for 2 months and all I got was depression.
Have to be better than that as a country. My life has been immeasurably enriched by my wife and her family and her immigration story.
John Fetterman is now exploring a run for the Senate in 2022. And he has a new distinction to add to his resume.
GQ magazine described you as an American style guide.
No, American taste guide.
Taste guide,
American,
sorry. Yes.
Which I guess is ironic because I have no taste, but I just am what I am. The fact that somebody that looks as unfortunate as I do sometimes would be an American taste guide by the Bible of American taste, you know, I didn't see that coming. You know, talk about your 2020 bingo card, yeah.
A G. Okay, a G in every fucking way, dude. He's dope. So I am of course terrified of what like the liberal Democrats will do. I'll try to get him on the stream. I just DM'd him, but I thought he followed me back, but I guess not. But yeah, no, I'd love to have him on the stream. Now, he's now Dr. Oz is running against him. Okay? And that's the reason why we started this conversation to begin with. And for the record, this is just too perfect of our Trumpian moment. Dr. Oz began voting in Pennsylvania's elections this year by absentee ballot, registered to his in-laws' address in suburban Philadelphia. In any case, Oz could be a part of an influx of Republican candidates who, until recently at least, did not live in Pennsylvania, but perhaps more importantly, are rich. Okay?
Thanks.
Amazingly, the word Pennsylvania appears nowhere in this column from Dr. Oz about why he's running to be the next senator from Pennsylvania. Announces in the Examiner, uses chain bridge bank. Dr. Oz may be a political novice, but his campaign isn't. So Dr. Oz is hitting every fucking Republican, avenue he can to launch a fucking Senate run. If Dr. Oz beats Fetterman, I'm unironically learning Mandarin. Yeah, I mean,
Loved seeing you in Brazilian.
do you think having on the broadcast will hurt his chances more than help? I can see Tucker Carlson's segment already. What the fuck are you talking about? Why would it? No, it wouldn't. That's a ridiculous fucking take. And plenty of progressive people reach out to literally be on this fucking broadcast. It's insane. That would unironically be good. Yeah, remember when AOC was canceled for being on here multiple times? That was crazy when that happened. Pepela totally wouldn't hurt. No, the only people that think that it would look bad from an optics point of view are liberals, okay?
And spreading the word.
If you're a leftist, coming on this broadcast will only help you. Here's what Lib Dems are saying. If you want a senator who runs as a socialist, feeds the GOP attack ads, didn't help with infrastructure, I'm not your guy. That's how you beat the Republicans. I know because I've actually done it and will again. I'm a normal Democrat who supports jobs and wins elections. Unlike anyone else in this race, I've won 3 races against Trump and his candidates in GOP districts. Unlike anyone else in this race, I've been vetted and tested, and you know what you get with me. Just a piece of shit. That's what you get with fucking Connor Lamb. You deserve to get fucked if you fucking vote for Connor Lamb, okay? Straight up. Anyone who gives a shit about you is people who are hardcore Fox viewers who was never going to vote for him anyway. Yes. And also, someone coming on my broadcast and getting fucking roundly criticized by Fox News only galvanizes and improves their fucking standing within liberal ranks. Because when Fox News shits on you, your side is like, oh, this is a good guy because the other guys that suck are shitting on him. And also this guy, so maybe maybe I should be on board with this man. It reaches it gives you brand lift, it gives you legitimacy, and it basically fucking turns you into a known entity rather than an unknown one. If it's actually New York Times and CNN roundly fucking criticizing him, though, that's entirely different. That's when you get fucked. Fox News shat on you and libs still hate you. I don't think liberals hate me. I think a lot of extremely online liberals who fancy themselves to be neoliberals, they hate me. But liberals don't hate me. Liberals don't know about me other than like, oh, he's like a leftist guy who's progressive and hot. Go talk to like normal people and you'll see. Liberals don't fucking hate me. The only liberals who hate me are like incredibly fucking online weirdos. Why would liberals... It's like dudes with fucking globe emojis in their fucking profiles. They hate me. They're like, and they're basically right wing, but they're just gay and trans right wingers. Okay, that's what neoliberals are for the most part. That's what globe Twitter is.